We're going to try this again. For whatever reason, my signal is super weak. But like I said before, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, you know, in Zamunda over here or whatever. But, of course, we got this problem still going with the 500 block of Lorenz Street. This has been like ongoing issue with this water, which is clean, doesn't smell. Like I said, I don't think it's sewage leaking at this former Baltimore City Department of Housing and Community Development demolition site. They removed the gate, which was half-assed in the first place. The buildings and everything have been removed. The debris is gone. They have appears to have graded and seeded the property. However, we still have this issue, which is a major, being that Baltimore City is about to raise our water bill by 33 1/3% over the next 3 years, yet we have water just gushing unaccounted for. Like, who's paying for this water? Are the people, is the church paying for this water? Are the people who live right here, are they paying for the water? Are the people who live right here paying for the water? Like, who's getting billed for this water? Because somebody's getting billed for it, right? So I'm trying to understand. The city is aware. There's a 311 in. The city council person is aware. I don't know who else to make aware about this. Like, come on. How hard is it to get somebody out here to cap it? My phone was ringing. It's no way that the people who did this demolition, who are Baltimore City Department of Housing and Community Development workers, didn't see this when they did it. So when they started this demolition, or at whatever point this became an issue, I don't know whether it was like this before the demolition started, or maybe they caused it. I don't know what the situation is, but there's no way that they did a demolition of this property and didn't see this. So even if it wasn't their responsibility to cap it, they certainly should have made the city aware that this was going on. Mind you, if you look very closely, it's a wire all right in the water. I'm gonna assume they're not live. I hope they're not live. I definitely don't want to find out. But this is another thing. How you doing demolitions and you just leaving wires hanging? You know, these wires, I'm pretty sure, came from the houses that used to be here. So clip the wires all the way at the top. But this isn't safe. Let's just say one of the wires is live somehow and somebody stepped in this water. Or it's not live today, but somehow gets electrified and then somebody get electrocuted. We gotta stop being so reactionary. And check this out. Clearly demolition debris. So I gotta send an email about this. Why do you still have demolition debris in the alley? According to the contract, all the debris should be removed. All the debris should be removed according to the contract for demolition, both whole block and single structure demolition. So I'm trying to understand how they think that's acceptable. Just in the middle of the street. There's bricks over there. So again, just not doing the proper work. And they're not supposed to block. This is an alley. They're not supposed to block any kind of street or alley or walkway with debris. So once again, we had problem after problem with these demolitions. Yesterday, I sent a very detailed email to city officials explaining to them that my expectation was that the contractors would be penalized and punished for failure to honor the terms of the contract that they agreed to on a number of different fronts. One being, you know, this kind of stuff with the bricks and stuff sitting in the middle of the alley, you know, not gating, all according to the contract. All these demolition sites are supposed to be gated. Yet and still, you know, we had to fight to get gates on a number of these demolition projects. So we're just gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep following, keep making sure this is what our tax dollars go to. This is why your water bill going up. Meanwhile, we over there giving Kevin Plank and Sagmore and Under Armour or whoever else a tiff for what they want to do over in Port Covington. But over west, this what we do. This what we got going on. We can afford to do a tiff for Sagmore. Why we can't do a tiff to get this straight? Just look, the water just flowing all ever so nicely into the street. I guess the only one good thing about the water is I understand that the homeless people who live around here are washing and drinking the water. I guess that's how you know maybe the water is clean. But still, this is our money. These are our tax dollars at work. This is our water bill money at work. Just riding or just easing on down, right? Mind you, when I get to the edge of the alley and look down the street, in that very next block is Thurgood Marshall's house. Like, we can't be satisfied. We can't be satisfied with this kind of stuff. We can't be. Like, our ancestors worked, and our elders too, worked too hard, paying for these houses, paying to live in these neighborhoods on contract loans, where if you missed a payment, they could take your house. Working on their knees, working down Bethlehem, still in conditions that we, you know, wasn't no OSHA, whatever the hell back then, you know, working in conditions that just were not acceptable, all to try to get their piece of the American dream, which we now know is we can never achieve that, because it's not fabricated. The dream is predicated on our oppression. But even still, like, they worked hard to maintain the neighborhoods that we lived in, and we've let it come to this. The election of all these black officials, something like 4,000 since 1970. Yet our neighborhoods still look like this. This is why we have to understand it's not simply having black faces in white spaces that's going to elevate us. It's not. It's not. It's not just writing letters to city council people, trying to hold the government accountable. It's not just about that. We got to take some real serious measures individually, in families, and in community to shore up our neighborhoods, so that we don't even have to call nobody from the outside. I wish I knew somebody I could call that could do the work to cap that. If y'all know somebody, please tag them in this post, or hit me. Don't tag them in this post, my bad, because then it'll be some BS and some old other stuff. But if you know somebody that can close this up, hit me up. Let me go rap to them. We got to stop waiting on these people to take care of our community. We got to stop waiting on them to take care of us, because they not. They whole everything is predicated on keeping us in a state of utter panic, trauma, and chaos. So we can't just work, we can't just work the end, of our oppression from their side, asking them to fix this and asking them to fix that. Some stuff we got to do ourselves. All right, love you.